Only need a few days to look after some new games that is really worth playing. I've tried to collect some new offline games as well, but only found a few numbers. But of course our team is combining between online and also offline, but hopefully my subscriber would love to see this video and keep following us by subscribing to this channel. Remember to like to reach 200 likes, thanks. Top 10 new offline and online games for Android and iOS 2024. You can support this channel and send us a special thanks. City of Outlaws. City of Outlaws. I have a feeling when this game released globally, I'm sure many of players will play this game probably becoming one of the best open world games with a sandbox gameplay, which we have a lot of freedom to do any action in game. The game has an open world concept with a story mission that we should clear every time, but we also can do so many things just like playing a GTA game, but in multiplayer mode. Even we can send a message in the world chatting with the other players. Such a perfect new game, right? The gameplay of City of Outlaws is we are able to use some weapons to make a chaos in the city by killing the citizen or disturb any NPC that you are facing on the street. But of course the police will suddenly come after us and try to arrest us. Anyway, we can fight back by shooting them or just run away by driving a car that we can get freely from the other driver. This is one of the best new games Android with high graphic now. At the moment the game is on early access, which is still under development. That's why we will find little issues of stability connection. Overall, my vision can easily capture the future of the whole gameplay will be. It's a GTA games like. The Legend of Java Brownie. The Legend of Java Brownie. Finally, we have a new offline game with a great graphic and adventure games concept. In game, we don't have a long prologue, even we can skip the storyline. I think the developer is focusing on the action game with an adventure experience. We will start playing as a brownie cakes as our hero. There are some monsters that will be blocking our way, then we should slash them all by using our sword. Try not to touch the enemy because our health points will decrease. There is a 7 HP bar that will determine how long we will lives then. The gameplay is not about killing the monster, but also it has more challenging things that we should solve, like puzzle or obstacles. I highly recommend you to follow the tutorial so you will easily pass any obstacle in front much easier. The level of the difficulty is quite fair. Some of the monsters have less HP that makes us easily kill them all. The Legend of Java Brownie is the best new offline games Android iOS. Ninja Beat Z. Ninja Beat Z. This is a new action game in portrait perspective mode, which is this game is designed for a player who loves to play a very simple gameplay mechanism. So just by one hand we can fully navigate the games. The main goal of Ninja Beat Z is we just need to kill every enemy that respawn on a certain stages before we are able to move into the higher level. Anyway, it's pretty easy to enjoy the game because we just need to move the hero and lock which enemy we will attack. The attack button will do it automatically when our fingers are not clicking any button, but the ultimate skill needs to tap the action button when the gauge meter is full. It can be refilled each time we successfully land some attacks. Try to play it manually to multiply our damage by attacking the enemy from behind. The Apocalypse. The Apocalypse. This is a new game in survival mode in an open world concept. Actually, right now we can pick two campaign mode which are survival or training ground. The build mode is on development now, which we can enjoy other features later on when it's released globally. After playing for several minutes, the gameplay is very simple. We can use the stone as our tools to gather some materials around. Then we will start crafting sharper tools which we also can use as the weapon to fight against the zombies in or the infected dogs. The game's angle is a first-person perspective where we can see a wider vision and rotate the camera for 360 degrees. In the game we always need to find hidden loots. Sometimes we'll get a new fast to increase the durability and also some food to survive. The Apocalypse is a mission-based game, so we don't need to build houses because we need to clear each of the missions that will make us follow and explore the new area to unlock. This is the best new game for Android. At the moment, the game is only available for an invitation code. Carrifirst. Carrifirst. This is a new game on mobile with a live simulation concept where we will feel the exact feeling of living in the new world. There are so many buildings that we can visit like cinema, game zone, park, pool. Of course, each of the buildings has their own activity we can join. Unfortunately, when I tried to play the game, it took so long to gather more players to join the game. I hope the developer makes a great promotion to make the global players know if this game exists on mobile now. Overall, I love how high graphics are, how interesting the game concept is. Actually a great game live simulator. Even when we are visiting the city, it has live vibes. We can interact with the citizen, get a new side mission and clear those missions to get some rewards. When we want to play a minigame, we must enter a specific area. Most of the game is will compete between 30 players and try to become the last man standing. There are so many obstacles that will try to block our way in. The game's music background is absolutely fun. I love how the music is perfectly matched with the gameplay at all. This is the best high graphic new games for Android and iOS. Zombie Fire 3D. Zombie Fire 3D offline game. One of the best new offline games that you all need to play. At the beginning, the game will seem very easy to win because we have an overpowered gun that can blast a huge area of effect range. But after we reach a higher stage, then we will feel so difficult to face the zombies because they all will be approaching us together and massively in number. It's pretty important to aim for the zombie's head to get the weakness points. It will give a way better damage then. By upgrading your gun's level, then we will gain more power and fire speed rate. But always try to get the newest gun because every guns will have their strength and different characteristic. We can upgrade the gun by in-game gold that we earn each time we clear the stages. The game size is really small. It's about 100 MB that's been playable to play without an internet connection. Zombie Fire 3D is the best new offline game small size for Android iOS. Polygon's FPS Shooter Strike. This is a new game offline with a simple gameplay. We'll play in offline mode against the bots. The level of the difficulty is super easy at all. We should play the game with a gyroscope, which I think not all players FPS can play in this mode, and I have checked on the setting menu to adjust it but nothing. The developer should make an option for the player to play manually or by using a gyroscope. The game has a FPS shooter games where we need to kill the opponent as much as we can and try to become the winner by getting a higher score than the enemy. We also can use a sword for a close range combat, and it's very effective to give an instant kill. Every time we kill the enemy, then we can collect their guns, so we don't have any problems with the gun's ammo as long as we can kill the enemy faster and loot their gun. The game size is a very small size, just under 100 MB. We already have the best new game small size game offline for Android. War of Evolution. War of Evolution only need a few weeks after releasing the game. This game has reached 1 million downloaders and also hold the score rising significantly on Play Store with 4.7 stars. Let me tell you, this is a really insane achievement. How they consistently keep the score within the top level. The gameplay of War of Evolution is really unique. We will be playing in RTS build and battle gameplay, but the unique thing is we can evolve our hero when we get a new part of his body. Then we can place it in the right spot to evolve your heroes. It will significantly boost your hero's strength and also learn a new skill then. The skill can be unleashed when each cooldown is ready to unleash. Drag it and aim into a specific area or lock the target to deal a huge area of effect skill. When you get the wings, then we are able to fly. The ground types of the monster are unable to hit us while we are on the air using the wings, so strategy is the key to winning the combat. War of Evolution is the best new game Android and iOS. Grand Criminal. Grand Criminal Online Sandbox. This is one of the best new game online that everyone should play it. Seriously, it's playable on mid-range phones and run perfectly in unstable connections. As the game name, it has a sandbox gameplay where we can do everything freely in a freedom. But basically, the game has a GTA-based game who will become a villain to create a chaos in the city. I would say this is not pay-to-win game multiplayer because we can easily obtain a new weapons of guns randomly on the street. At the beginning, we'll get a bunch of money and be able to get a new weapons in the shop. The price is quite cheap and the player can destroy the entire city easily. But I noticed how the police will increase his number significantly and try to arrest us, no matter how far we have gone by driving a car, but they are all able to find our location. I love how alive the city is with so many NPC walking around. This is the best new game multiplayer online for mobile. Warzone Mobile. Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. It's pretty insane how possible people create such a perfect battle royale game for mobile. It has a high graphic, very good gameplay, amazing control with a realistic ragdoll physics. No wonder it's become the most anticipated new games and now the game has released globally. Overall, I don't have any problems, but I have read some reviews by the player who said the game needs a high phone spec to run on mobile, and I admit that it's totally right. When we want to enjoy the high visualization game, then I highly recommend you to play the game based on your phone specification to adjust the game setting. This game is focusing on the Battle Royale one. Lots of the players will be competing as a team. We need to make a great communication between them to boost our winning chance bigger. The gameplay is absolutely stunning. We can easily find a weapon in the game so we can rush the enemy faster in the early games. Always try to become the last team standing to win the game and push our rank to break the global leaderboards. Absolutely 100% top new games for Android and iOS. Moto Max Pro. Bonus Moto Max Pro Moto game. As the bonus, I will give an offline game that is really good and challenging. Seriously, you must try the up mode, which you need to reach the top by riding the motorbike. It's really difficult. I'm sure you will fall down many times and should repeat many times. That's why this game is really challenging and addictive at the same time. There is another mode, which open world mode, that allows the player to go anywhere without any limits and exploring the whole city. The game size is too small actually. It's about 100 MB plus. Thank you very much for watching this video. Hopefully you all enjoy and help us by tapping the like buttons to reach 500 likes. See you on the next video. Thanks.